I'm doing all the energetic work and all this type of stuff. But here's the thing, 10 years in that industry, teaching kinesiology, energetic work, quantum work, emotional freedom technique, all that type of stuff. People aren't aware of that. But 30 years ago, we had a richest training organization. We were a faculty of the two largest natural therapy colleges here in Australia. We've taught thousands and thousands and thousands of therapists, coaches, and healers, right? But that was, when I say the good old days, they were the old days. There wasn't any Facebook then. There wasn't any social media. People were advertising the Wellbeing magazine. Well, they put on a notice board in the pin-up board, the student pin-up board, and people would go and have a look at these are these workshops I want to do. Today, the notice board is online. How things change, my mum said, right? And so why I'm saying all that for, guys, it was around 2012, 13, 14 where I went back to redo my mindset coaching stuff, my NLP, my hypnosis, my coaching. I did that back in 97 with Tad James. I was using it within my clinical practice with my clients, right, in my consulting practice. I wasn't teaching it though. What you teach, you learn, right? And you teach the very things that you need to learn. And so when I went back to actually be certified as a trainer to teach it to my students, or I had kinesiology students, it's like, man, I got it. Because, the physical body here, this is the mind, right? The expression of your mind, the body is the mind, as Joe Dispenza says. It's not until you master your mind, the dissension, that you can appreciate energy. And so we need to master the mind. We need to master, yes, our thinking. We need to master, yes, our emotions. We need to connect to our body, communicate with our body, as we said with yesterday. Not just the 45% of communication that we learn in NLP with language and the way we use the language, but actually physiology is 55%. Let's learn how to communicate with the body, not just use it to build rapport, right? When you master that, you have a different appreciation of energy. I think that's what's happened to us, not think. I know. That's what's happened to us over the last couple of years as I decided to actually take a deep dive and continue to learn, because I thought I'd learned it all and I stopped learning. And so if you're a therapist, coach, and healer, and you're ready to take the next step, and as I said, I spoke to some of you, yesterday, and it was awesome that you're getting so much out of the work it is that we're doing. I want to say that, for me, keeping the loop open, continuing to grow and evolve, that's what shifts your energy. That's what's progressive in nature. That's what shows that you're evolving on this planet, and that's what people are attracted to, someone who's continuing to grow, not someone who thinks they're on top of the mountain and position themselves up there. Like, you remember Braveheart? You can either be the lead on the top of the mountain, or you can be William Wallace, be in front of the army and say, follow me, because that's what we're going for. We're fighting for freedom. We're fighting for a cause. And not that I want to use the word fight, because when you say the word fight, that was the movie, right? There's resistance. But here's what I stand for. I stand for every therapist, coach, or healer that still is not there yet, that is continuing to do the work, that is consistent, that's still connected to the mission, that's still connected to the purpose. And I know what it's like when you get caught up with all the shiny lights, all the shiny systems, all the business coaches saying that you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this in order for you to build your business. And you get caught up with that and you lose sight of your goal, of the reason why you started in the first place. Because here's the thing, guys. We know from statistics, there's an 80-20 rule. It's a universal law. It's also a Pareto principle. So I would look back over the last 30 years teaching these techniques and modalities and coaching and therapy and healing to so many students. Are all of them successful? Are all of them working with her full-time? Probably 20%, if that. It's an 80-20 rule. And so you look at all these other successful organizations, all they do is they'll give you testimonials of all the people that are getting results. And they're using their stories, saying that we did it for them, all right, in order to get more clients. Do you hear testimonials of all the 80% that didn't work? But you know what they say? They say, oh, they weren't ready yet. They don't have the mindset. We're only going to work with the people who are committed. Well, that also shows me a level of consciousness in terms of where you're at, because if you're not going to leave people behind, then you want to help as much as you can. Maybe, when people set a goal, I want to achieve, and you could be that coach, that therapist, a healer that you want to be able to achieve, your stuff has come up. Your entrepreneurial stuff has come up. Your stuff as a therapist and coach has come up. You're actually helping other people has come up. So you need to go through a healing in order to create the vibration to manifest that. People say, no, just change your thinking and just action. It's just action to get results. Just action to get results. Action's in the physical body, yes. But if you don't heal the emotions which are caught in your physical body, it's one thing to have the thinking, which is yang and yang, And you might say dealt with emotion, but have you healed the emotion from the physical body? Has it gone from the memory? Right? Because if the black bag is still there, it will be triggered. And I know they're there because if I'm having conversation with you, if you're listening to this right now and you're getting triggered by the things I'm saying, then consider that maybe there's a black bag there. If you think that I think I know it all, then you're triggered. I'm okay for anyone to have their opinion. I'm not going to call anyone a hater or a lover. I'm going to respect you for being a human being, a spirit in a body that you chose to have this experience. I'm just sharing the story in order for you to actually consider where you're at and what is your next step, because I was you. I silently judged people at home. I didn't do it in public, but I did it at home. I thought I knew better. How can this person be doing that when I know, no, that's not the right way to do it? That was just me attempting to make myself feel better because I was insecure and all these black bags I had to deal with. Anyway, enough of my story. Let's move on, because what we wanted to do is we talked about, okay, well, how do we connect to this energy? How do we connect to this grid? And we introduced the triangle of health. And know for us to actually reach this equilibrium state, this harmony, this balance state, we need to work on our energy, which is our chi, our mana, our prana, depending on which philosophy you work with. And based in Chinese medicine, we know that we have meridians. We have a flow of chi around the body. And if we look at that tends to be our L fields, our human aura, like our physical body, emotional body, mental body, our spiritual body, right? Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And what if you're able to connect to that and address these obstacles or these blocks that are coming towards you and be able to clear them? Would that be advantageous? Of course it would. Well, in his book, Vibrational Medicine, Richard Gerber says it's the meridian system, which is a gateway between the physical body and the rest of the bodies. So today, what we want to do is give you an overview of a bit of Chinese medicine. Hey, if you got trigger anything, let me know about the triggers too. You know, if you're thinking, man, good on you, exactly, it's on it. Finally, Arthur's got the picture. Then hey, let's connect and let's work together, because we've got some work to do to be able to raise the consciousness of the planet and be able to heal one soul, one mind, one heart, one soul at a time with the work that we're doing. Megan Baker's on here. Hey, hello, Megan. Great to see you. Megan Baker. Geez, I love catching up with people that have done some work with me in the past. And you know, if you want to check out Megan's business, it's Mind Body Dynamics. I know that name. You know why I know that name? When I started back 28 years ago, I registered that name. That was my business name, Mind Body Dynamics, and I moved on to other parts. And now she has it. So she has an awesome business name. Everyone reach out to me, Megan Baker, and check out Mind Body Dynamics. She does all this work, body work, energetic work, kinesiology, NLP, hypnosis. Been in this field for a long, long time. There's her own story, and maybe we give her an interview in our podcast one day. Let's look at Chinese medicine. So if I said to you, in the beginning, what existed in Chinese medicine? In the beginning, the Chinese said the Tao existed, all right? And the Tao it's just energy, not mind, sure, the universal mind, but it's just energy. And you had the Big Bang Theory, not the show, all right? But the universe split, had a big bang. Split to create came from the Po, according to Hawaiian, to the I'o, right? Split in order to create life. And as it did, it created the duality that exists today, the yin and the yang. So this is the yin. Cannot exist without a bit of yang, and the yang cannot exist without a bit of yin. And this is about balance. This is about harmony. This is one of the laws of Hermetic principle, a universal law, a spiritual law in terms of balance, rhythms, cycles, gender. Within all those laws, we have a yin and yang, a duality. It's a dichotomy. But I want you to understand we're talking about a natural dichotomy, not illusionary dichotomies. We mentioned this yesterday as well too. A natural dichotomy could be sun and moon. That's a natural dichotomy. They can't exist by themselves. They have to coexist. You don't just have sun and then dark. You got sun and you got a bit of dusk, and then dark, and you got a bit of dawn, and then you got sun. So one blends into the other, isn't that right? That's a natural dichotomy. But if I said to you, what's the opposite to rich? You know, people say poor. You know, what's the opposite to good? People say bad. Well, rich and poor, I want you to understand, is an illusionary dichotomy. It's something that's done in your head. It's a condition that's been given to you. It's not a natural dichotomy. Because some people might say, what's the opposite to rich? They say richer. What's the opposite to good? Gooder. Better. According to what? Let's unpack that. Meta model question, right? To really understand what someone is saying at a deep core level. So we're talking about a duality being a natural dichotomy. So let's have a look at some natural dichotomies. Everything is yin, saying the Chinese, and yang is everything. Now, yin energy is negative energy. When I say negative, not bad in terms of polarity, a magnet, negative and positive pole. Yang energy is a positive pole, yin energy is a negative pole. Female is a predominantly yin energy. Night is yin, passive is yin, moon is yin, intuitive is yin, cold is yin, soft is yin. You know, we have therapies, modalities which are yin, right? And we have modalities which are yang. And this is the point I'm saying, that we need to have a balance of them if we're going to be truly holistic with our clients. Now, you can specialize one specific area, that's okay. But if you think that's the only area, then you're coming in with a limited thinking. Think about that. What is it that you're pretending to not know this, my friends? Think about that question. What is it that you're pretending to not know this? You know, let's blow those boundaries from your unconscious mind in order for you to be open to what you don't know that you don't know, right? Open to the field of possibilities. And so yang is hard, hot, logical, sun, active, day, and male, right? And so we have diseases which are yin. You know, we have diseases which are yang. When you got a cold sore, right? A cold sore is breaking out, and you can see it, and you go, oh my God, and you're putting everything on it, or whatever the case is, right? The cold sore is a yang expression of the herpes simplex virus. Right now, if you don't have a cold sore, but you have that virus, it's actually lying dormant in your body. And when it's expressing itself, it's yang. And so we go through a cycle of yin and yang. So I want you to think about that, because what's yin potentially could be a sleeper. We call them sleepers. What's sleeping you that when it's activated can either awaken the giant within or awaken the shadow within, awaken the demon within. And either way, it's a learning. Either way, it's an experience. Either way, it's a discovery of yourself. People say, I've cleared my limiting beliefs. That's trapped energy. When you have cleared that trapped energy, then you become aware of the sleeper, and you've eliminated the sleeper. If you just clear the belief, unaware of the sleeper, it's an interesting concept, isn't it, right? But anyway, that's yin and yang. And so when the Tao split and created yin and yang, the duality that you see in nature, right, it also created chi. And the chi flows through our physical body through meridians, right? And this is what the meridians look like. Now, if you're going to learn acupuncture, you're going to have to learn each one of these individual points. We're not doing that now. If you come and do some more training with us, we'll understand more about meridians and rubbing on points and doing points and how that shifts energy and chi and all that type of stuff. But let's give you this metaphor, the 5 elements of nature, because as the Tao split and it created the duality, yin and yang, and created chi, chi started to flow through the 5 elements that gave rise to life on the planet today. Let me give you the metaphor. In the beginning, the Chinese say upsprouted a plant. It's the wood phase. The wood phase is the beginning. The wood phase is the beginning of anything you face. Like if you're on a wood phase of your career, you maybe are connected to a vision, a purpose. This is your dream. This is your dream. This is your mission. And so if you don't have a dream, you're disconnected from your dream, or some reason you're not connected to your North Star, you could have a block of energy in your wood phase. If you've got a block energy of your wood phase, you're not starting things, right? And from a physiological perspective, it's your gallbladder and your liver. And so you probably have all these symptoms that relate to gallbladder and liver. Not that we treat, diagnose, and prescribe, but your body cries out to you guys. It's your spirit talking to you through your body. Your spirit made a decision in order to have a physical experience. So it's through your physical body that your spirit speaks to you. Clear the limiting decision, clear the emotion. You think so, but if it's trapped in the body, your body's going to have an ailment. It's saying you're not paying attention. You just hopped into the yang, think you cleared it, but you're not connecting into the yin. Right? If I go back to this flip chart, let me come back to this flip chart because I want to get back to this. You know, you can have physical coaching, a personal trainer, a results trainer, a business coach is a yang coach, right? An emotional coach, when we say emotional coach, not just trying to make you emotionally fit, they're using yang principles to deal with your emotions. But an emotional coach helps you to feel the emotion. In other words, helps you heal the emotion from the body. You need to heal the emotion from the body. You know, not just suppress the emotion, right? And then you've got your, the true emotional coach is a yin coach, right? A nurturing, a healing. And you've got all these other wonderful modalities to help you deal with that. And then you've got your mindset coach, the yang coach. Just change your mindset, change your thinking. Let's use some fancy pants language and blow some boundaries from the inside and you cleared everything. Well, you may be changing your results because yang and yang, but have you really cleared the emotion? Have you felt it within your body? Have you released it from the body? Well, if you have, has that worked with all your clients or just 20% of them? Tell me about the 80%. Because you know what? I'm standing here for the 80% of clients that haven't got the result from you, or the 80% of therapists and coaches and healers that haven't got the result from the business coaches. Because that 80% They've got black bags that they need to work with. We still got stuff to heal. So let me get back to here, all right? That's the wood phase. As the wood sprouted and it grew, the wood gave rise to fire. So wood is the mother to fire. As the fire burns the wood, the ashes fall down and nourish the earth. The ashes in the earth give rise to metals in the earth, and the metals and the gases in the earth give rise to water, and water nourishes the wood. That is the mother-daughter cycle, guys. It's called the Shen cycle, the creation cycle. Quite exciting, isn't it? All right? So wood is the mother to fire, fire is the mother to earth, earth is the mother to metal, metal is the mother to water, water is mother to wood. They all relate to different parts of the body. They all relate to different organs and systems. They have different emotions. They have different foods, different characteristics, different seasons. And so when you understand this, man, you're sitting down and having a chat with someone and you're energetically profiling them, right? Because you can be aware of not only in their psyche, but in their physiology, in their body, the symptoms that they're going through. This is telling you where the trapped energy is, where the trapped bags are in the unconscious mind, because the body is the unconscious mind. And if we can then unpack that or decode it using this system, all right, and then use all the wonderful tools that you have to actually nurture the client to clear those emotions and let it go within the body and feel, and then change their mindset, let go, accept, and design a whole new avatar, a whole new identity. That's what the quantum identity shift is, guys. It's not pushing a square peg in a round hole. I gave that a go. It worked. I got a result, but I didn't become the person I needed to be to keep that result. My frequency, my identity was completely incongruent with the result. And how many people get a result in life which is incongruent with who they are? Because they hustled and grinded to get that result, but they didn't do the work to actually evolve as a person to be aligned with that result. Conscious alignment, purposeful alignment, because right now you're aligned with your unconscious mind. And so that's the Shen cycle. Quite exciting, guys. See, the Chinese, if you went to a Chinese restaurant, it would be a round restaurant, right? Because spirits live in the corners. And in the round restaurant, you sit at a round table, right? Because spirits live in the corners. And in the middle of the table, you got you got this little thing that spins around called a lazy Susan. I don't know why they call it lazy Susan. Why don't I give it another name? But anyway, so you spin this around. In the middle of lazy Susan, you got 5 dishes. And what are these dishes? You got a dish which has got a chili sauce, right? You got a dish which has got a sweet sauce. You got a dish which has a pungent garlicky sauce. You got a dish which has got a salty sauce, and a dish which has got a sour sauce. And the Chinese use their flavors to shift the qi with their food in order to actually nurture the qi or control the qi in order for the person to heal. Fascinating, isn't that right? And so the emotions of wood give rise to the emotions of fire. The emotions of fire give rise to the emotions of earth. The symptoms in your body of fire give rise to the symptoms of earth. The emotions of earth give rise to the emotions of metal, and so forth. Would that be valuable for you to be aware of if you're a mindset coach? You've done NLP, your mindset, your high performance coach, which is awesome. I think it's fantastic. I want to honor you and congratulate you, because that's a start. But if you really embodied that work, you know there's more. There's more pieces to the puzzle that you're creating. Have you got an open mind to learn those pieces, or do you think you've arrived? If you have, good luck to you. We're still going to be here, 28 years, longevity, doing what we're doing. It's wonderful. We've got people coming back who've done stuff with us 15 years ago and still listening and sharing, and now me learning from them. And so if that's the Shen cycle, now if wood is the mother to fire and fire is the mother to earth, guess what wood is to earth, guys? Well, wood is the grandmother to earth, right? So let's have a look. Wood pierces the earth with its roots. The earth contains the water, dams it. The water puts out the fire, and the fire melts the metal. The metal chops the wood with an axe. That's called the co-cycle, the grandmother-granddaughter cycle. Wow, fascinating, all right? Because as I said, the characteristics of wood control the characteristics of earth. Characteristics of earth control the characteristics of water, and so forth. It was just rambling. So we clear the emotion of anger first, why? Because potential harm to others. We clear the emotion of sadness second, because of potential harm to self. Anger is a wood emotion, sadness is an earth emotion. We're following the co-cycle. Then we clear fear, hurt, guilt. Wow. We clear the emotions following the co-cycle of energy, how we can control our expression of those energies, how we manage those emotions within the body. Now, this is a 5,000-year-old philosophy, guys. The first book in Chinese medicine was carbon dated 2,996 BC, like 5,000 years ago. It's the Nai Qing, time of the Yellow Emperor, Huang Ti. You learn all this stuff, you won't come and do this. And this is at the core of energy psychology. This is at the core of specialized kinesiology. This is at the core of EFT. So many people learn EFT, the tapping stuff, they don't understand the philosophy and the science behind it. I get you. I 100% tell you that when you get this, all the work that you do with your tapping, with your kinesiology, with your energy psychology, all the other processes, it has another meaning because you have a philosophy and understanding, and your belief increases. As we said, a client will not materialize if whatever the practitioners believe is true or think is possible. So the chi flows, right, in two models. We learn the Harari clock and we learn the 5 elements. So there's 2 hours of a specific time of the day that are meridian, which is most dominant. So right now, where are we? Right now, we're in Australian Eastern Standard Time, in Sydney time, daylight saving time. We're in small intestine time. So right now, the small intestine is the most receptive meridian. The one which is least receptive, least energy, is the liver. That's a midday midnight relationship. Don't have your fats now. Right, because your liver actually metabolizes the fats, and you need to release your bile from your gallbladder in order to emulsify the fats. So right now, the liver and the gallbladder are actually least responsive. Interesting concept when you understand the Chinese medicine. Also, what is the emotion prevalent in the fire element in the small intestine? Maybe that's why you may be sensitive to that right now, the hurt, right? Or on the flip side, could be love, or the whatever it may be. There's more stuff that we need to know.